A new investigation into the circumstances that led to the July 4th flooding disaster in the Hill Country coming up. And two Del Mar instructors accused in charge of sexual harassment of 3 students at Falfurrias High School. We speak to the parents of the victims. And the city of Beeville declared an emergency over their water situation last week. But what do residents think? Neighborhood News reporter Adam Beam speaks with neighbors on their feelings over the water crisis. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. 2 Del Mar College dual enrollment welding instructors at Falfurrias High School are accused of assaulting students inside the classroom. One instructor turned himself in. The Brooks County Sheriff's Office says the other has a warrant out for his arrest. Deputies are looking for Jose Uribe. The other instructor, Martin Fonseca, turned himself in and bonded out earlier today. One mother says her son was assaulted twice in September. First in a school bathroom, where she says an instructor followed him in, turned off the lights, and grabbed his genitals from behind. 2 days later, she says the same child was held down by both instructors and bitten on the back.
I just feel like I'm failing my kid every day, and it's not fair. It's not fair because those men, those predators, they chose to do this. Our kids didn't choose to sit there and let this happen to them. They literally didn't even know what was going on.
Another parent says her son was repeatedly hurt by the instructors, being pinched on the behind and being pinched with pliers. Both cases were reported to the Brooks County Sheriff's Office. 3 cases are now under investigation. Brooks County ISD says it received the allegations on September 11th, immediately reported them to law enforcement and state agencies, and both instructors were placed on leave and are no longer employed. The district says it's fully cooperating with investigators. Del Mar College says it cannot comment until the investigation is complete. Well, everyone knows our city is running out of water, and everyone is worried about it.
We just offer a prayer of repentance on behalf of our city.
I'm so sick of this area being sacrificed to the highest bidder.
I'm not worried about the industry. They got lots of money.
If you have to curtail industry, you're losing lots of jobs.
The majority of this council did something.
Meanwhile, we're on track to hit dangerously low levels of water by November 2026.
What has occurred is there's been a significant lack of inflows into the lakes.
None of the options associated with desal and the Inner Harbor would help us avoid curtailment because it doesn't deliver in the amount of time that we need it.
Which raises one really important question. What happens when there's not enough water to fuel an entire city? Coming up tonight at 6, investigative reporter Leah Zora takes a deeper dive into what that could look like for us. You won't want to miss it.
I'm your Beeville Neighborhood News reporter Adam Beam. Last week, Stage 4 water restrictions were enacted, leaving many residents with concerns and questions as our water woes worsen.
A local state of disaster has been declared as the levels of Lake Corpus Christi and Choke Canyon continue to drop. Beeville city officials have made their message clear.
And now we are just asking, to just restrict even more.
But is it clear enough for residents?
I mean, I'm not trying to narc, but there's still people that water their grass and try to get away with it.
To hear from the community, I set up shop outside the city's post office and met with several residents who may not all get their water from the same source.
And I get my water from the well, so I'm luckier than most. But the people here in Beeville have got a real problem.
But all feel the heat of a dwindling supply.
This is a problem or an issue that has been prolonged and has been a problem for many, many, many years. And it's sad to see that the city of Beeville really didn't take it seriously and plan ahead.
Kind of scary because now we're thinking like, are we going to have to drill our own wells? What do we do? Do we go to families that live in the country to get water?
But identifying the problem is the easy part. Finding the solution, however, may be trickier.
But I don't know what to do about it. People can restrict their use of water. We could cut back on our water. And to the people that are here, I wish there was an easy solution.
The Beeville City Council will vote on amending Stage 4 restrictions Wednesday at a special council meeting. We will update neighbors online and on air. Reporting in Beeville, I'm your neighborhood news reporter Adam Beam for KRIS 6 News.
Adam, thank you. And now let's take a look at our lake levels. Right now, we are down to 11.9% combined capacity between Lake Corpus Christi and Choke Canyon Reservoir. Compare that to 1 year ago when we were at 22.6% capacity. Now, meaning our lake levels have been diminished by almost half in just 1 year. Now, we've talked a lot about water, but will we have some rain to bring some more down to this week? To find out, we joined by meteorologist Stephanie Lubert for a look at that forecast.
Well, Clara, a couple days ago, we were hopeful that we would get more with our next big weather maker, which is a front on the way. Unfortunately, that's not looking to be the case. In fact, over the coastal bend, we've hardly had much for clouds today. We've got drier air in place, a big difference from the way we started the week. So let's give you that look. We are seeing just a few clouds that have rolled in from the north, fizzling out as we head on into those evening hours. So where can we find some relief? Well, if nothing else, we could take delight in the temperatures, because with that, we've at least felt the lack of humidity today, making temperatures that are slightly warmer feel more comfortable. Right now, from our neighborhood stations in the Bee County area, 89 off Hilltop Road, 90 from our Beeville reporting station, and 89 off FM 504. Taking things more coastal to the Bluff, we're looking at temperatures that are in those low to middle 80s, 83 from our Shell weather station, and 84 off Laguna Shores Road. So with that in mind, when could we see some major changes in our forecast? I'll lay them out for you ahead.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. In some statewide news, some Texas lawmakers are investigating the circumstances that led to the flooding on July 4th in the Hill Country that killed 136 people. Among those killed were 27 campers at Camp Mystic. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says that Camp Mystic has not yet spoken on the record for what happened that morning. And just last month, Governor Greg Abbott signed tougher camp safety restrictions into law. Those include requirements for outdoor sirens and warning systems in flood-prone areas. And in national news, the government shutdown has now reached day 15, and a deal is still far from being reached. At a press conference today, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson spoke on the recent development of the government finding leftover funds from research and development to pay the military during the shutdown.
Republicans want to pay the troops, and we have shown that with our actions and our votes now 9 times. And the Democrats want to use them as hostages to extort $1.5 trillion in new, unserious partisan spending.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries also spoke today on the shutdown and what he believes to be the cause of it.
House Republicans shut the government down. Then they ran out of town. And for the last 3 weeks, they're nowhere to be found.
We'll be sure to keep you updated as the shutdown situation develops. And back here in your neighborhood, Corpus Christi City Council members passed the first vote to rezone about 10 acres in Flower Bluff for multifamily and small commercial use. The goal is to bring more housing and neighborhood businesses to Glen Oak Drive area near Laguna Shores. About 25 single-story duplexes and roughly 5 to 7 commercial spaces could be built. But not everyone is on board with the development. 8 out of 30 nearby residents opposed the rezone, which triggered a requirement for a supermajority vote. The vote passed unanimously on October 14th.
I want them to be rest assured that we will be looking out for them. We're not going to put anything that's going to put lives in jeopardy or their property values in question.
Now, city councilors are expected to hold a final vote October 21st. Well, Corpus Christi's first professional soccer team has announced their first coach. We'll share the details when we come back.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, Corpus Christi Football Club is kicking it up a notch, making their move into the professional ranks. And the team announced their new head coach, Eamon Zayed, an Ireland native and former pro player who's coached teams to multiple playoff run and League Cup title. Fans and families say it's a big step for the Coastal Bend and the future of soccer in South Texas.
I think the exposure it's going to get, the attention, not just from everywhere, not just here local, I mean, not just the Coastal Bend, it's going to be the name, it's going to be heard around.
Coach Zayed will lead the Sharks in their first USL League One season beginning March. And with a new stadium set to open early next year, many say Corpus Christi is ready to make its mark nationwide. Well, listen up, Rivers. If you're ever driving downtown, there's a new traffic change that started today that you should know about. On Mesquite Street from John Certain Street to Taylor Street, traffic lights will now act as all-way stop signs. This change means that from now on, the lights will flash red. And starting today, one lane of Yorktown will be closed at the intersection of Brent Ridge Drive for improvements to Spectrum Charter cables underground. Now, this construction is expected to last through the end of the month.
Hey there, we're taking a lovely view outside at SPID. Doesn't look like a lot is happening out on the roadways, so you know, we appreciate that part. When school is out, it does make it a little more palatable for the drivers out there. But let's show you where we're dealing with a few slowdowns. The typical stop and go on 37 as folks try to figure out their way for whether they're going on the New Harbor Bridge, headed downtown, or taking the Crosstown. Where the Crosstown and SPID meet, there's a little stop and go on the SPID portion of things. Nothing major, and it is brief. Saratoga looks to be a good ride so far. And for the cross streets, the only slowdowns we're really seeing are along Staples. Very slow as you approach Saratoga. That's a look at your traffic report. I'll have your forecast when we come back. Hey there, beautiful view outside. Hardly any clouds in the sky today, so hope you've enjoyed it. Overall, has not been a bad day. It would just be much better if we either A, had some fall weather, or 2, had some rainfall. And I think we'd all take the rainfall over anything else. But since we can't control that, we are going to talk about how it feels outside. With less humidity, temperatures are a little bit warmer, but we're not feeling too bad out there. Numbers in yellow feels like temperatures. The temperature that is apparent to your body. It perceives this temperature once you factor in the humidity. Always tends to be a little bit muggier on the coast because, hey, you're by the water, you're by the source. But even then, we're not getting out of hand. 84 in Rockport feeling like 87, 82 in Port A feels like 85, and 83 in the Bluff feels like 86. Not too bad. But for the inland neighborhoods, yeah, we're feeling very much like summer, not October here. We're looking at 94 degrees at the airport there in George West, 90 in Beeville, 92 in San Diego, 91 for Freer and Hebronville this afternoon. So yeah, by all means, this is not fall weather, definitely not sweater weather. You're gonna have to depend on office winter to help you out there. But if nothing else, the improvement has been in our dew point temperatures. We've been keeping a careful eye on this metric because it helps us understand those fluctuations and how much water is in the air around us. So we've gotten rid of the 70s. We're feeling better out there. But of course, along the coast, we're not far from that. However, we're seeing the return of 50s for some of those inland neighborhoods, and that at least kind of cuts the edge off of some of that heat with those middle to upper 90s we've been seeing out that way. But let's talk about temperature trends. Throughout October, and really the last couple days of September included, we have been warmer than we typically expect for that time of the year, all but one day. On October 5th, we came in spot on. The average temperature was 88. We were topping out at 88. But when we talk about rainfall, we could be doing better. Coincidentally, that average temperature day was on a day where we had some showers in the area. We only picked up 1/100th of an inch officially at CCIA. We did the same thing on the 6th. And this week, we picked up another drop in the bucket yesterday. So unfortunately, it hasn't been a very rainy October. We are behind both for standards of the month and, as you know, for the year. We're at about a 10-inch deficit for our rainfall in Corpus Christi for the year. Not good, but what helps to get some rain in the forecast is the increase in humidity that is really going to be taking a jump, especially as we go on into Friday. I think that's probably going to be a day where we really feel that humidity. And then there's a slight dip here as we head on into Sunday. There's a cold front on the way, but it's not going to be the kind that really brings the relief we're looking for because it's still early in the season. The big weather picture shows boring weather over Texas until we see some change. And that's going to have to come from the upper level. So there is a very small sliver of hope to see a few sprinkles along the coast tomorrow morning. But even then, what's that really going to do for us? It's nice to see it, helps water the grass, but Aside from sea spray at this point, it's really not going to amount to a whole lot. There we go, quick little shower running by, and I think this is probably overdoing it, to be honest with you. There's really not a whole lot of hope for getting rainfall in the mix. But in the tropics, that's one benefit. We haven't had a whole lot to talk about, and out there, the remnants of Lorenzo now going to trail off into the Atlantic. We don't have to worry about any tropical trouble here over the next 5 to 7 days. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast. A 1-2 punch with this cold front will help to tame the heat.
Today, the Nueces County students gathered at Robstown for a Ag Awareness Day, and the event was held at the Richard M. Borchard Fairgrounds, where students from different districts were able to interact with cattle, sheep, goats, and also take a look at the equipment that farmers use. We spoke to local 4-H FFA students who took part in teaching other children about different livestock and commodities.
I like doing this because I love helping the kids, and it's always a good way to spread the word about agriculture.
Well, organizers of the event say it is important to teach children where their food and clothes come from. Now, if you want to see more news in your neighborhood, check out Chris 6 Plus streaming on our YouTube channel, bringing stories straight from your neighborhood 24/7.
A Padre Island hairstylist is fighting breast cancer, but not alone. Amana Conejo showing you how the woman's support is stepping up to help.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
For years, Michelle Chandler Matthews has made others feel confident and beautiful as a well-loved hairstylist. Amana Conejo, your neighborhood news reporter in Padre Island, speaking with Michelle as she finds her own strength with the community support by her side as she fights against breast cancer. Michelle Chandler Matthews has been a hairstylist on the island for nearly 20 years.
She's so talented in so many different ways.
Making sure every customer who walks in leaves feeling confident and beautiful. But on May of this year, Michelle's life changed forever. She was diagnosed with stage 1 invasive lobular breast cancer, but it's not stopping her from doing what she loves.
I start chemo on the 22nd next week. So that's why I'm here this week, to take care of you.
Michelle credits getting her regular checkups for catching the cancer when doctors did.
If I hadn't been getting my regular screenings, then I would have never felt it. And it would have gone to stage 4 before I knew it.
Her story also inspiring others who walk in.
And Michelle has just inspired me because I am a little behind on getting my mammogram, and it is so important for women.
As Michelle gets ready to take on chemo in the next few months, she says she's grateful for everyone's kindness and support. Neighbors have come together to help her raise money for her medical expenses.
The overwhelming outpouring of love and support that I have had, I can't tell you how much it means to me.
Michelle Chandler Matthews tells me that her goal is to keep working, smiling, and reminding others that hope can shine even in the darkest moments. Reporting on Padre Island, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Ana Conejo, Chris 6 News.
Well, be sure to join us for the annual Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk. It's right around the corner. It will be held on Saturday, October 25th. The 5K walk helps raise funds for breast cancer research. Sunrise anchors Brian and Michelle Hoffman will be the MCs for the event, and this year the Making Strides Walk has a new start time, 11 a.m. It begins at Bayfront Park on Shoreline. Check-in is at 9:30 a.m. A key fob in your belt buckle? We'll share the details on Ford's new Truckle when we come back.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, Ford is celebrating the F-150's 50th birthday in a special way by creating a Truckle. Look at this. A Truckle is a Western-style belt buckle that features the front of a classic F-150 with a blue Ford logo on the license plate. And then on the back, it has a place to hold an owner's F-150 key fob. Their truck will automatically lock and unlock when they approach the walkway from it, giving owners hands-free access. The Truckle is designed to be used with a key fob dating back to 2018. It will be sold for $200. I'm wondering if that will be something we're going to start to see.
I was say, is that a Christmas gift for Tony Jaramillo?
Oh,
is an F-150, but
does he?
I don't think his is one of those years. But
no, he's going to have to upgrade.
Imagine you forget it in your pants pocket, but now you got to remember which belt buckle it's hidden in. Mm-hmm. It's new problems, right? Anyways, let's talk about another problem. We need some rain in the forecast. There's a small little chance of hope, a sliver of hope. We could see a passing shower heading into tomorrow morning, but there's really not a lot of hope for meaningful rainfall as we head on into the early morning hours of tomorrow. So if you get any sprinkles, consider yourself lucky.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching Chris 6 News at 5 o'clock. We're going to see you here in 30 minutes.